Okay, and there we go. We are live, and we're back with more Hobo. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's another Tuesday night of racing here for the Hobo Cup Series. The Rock is in action here. Rockingham, no, not Dwayne Johnson, who was not at WrestleMania, and I am disappointed, but that's a whole different topic. Instead, we got The Rock tonight, and it is going to be a great show here. Very challenging race tonight. Tires going to be at a premium and 99 laps right on the nose. So it's gonna favor those who may know a thing or two about saving those right side tires. So, but I've got another voice up here in the booth with me, and it's one I've only had I think once or twice before.
Yeah,
It's
one other time.
hasn't been much, yeah, just one time, and that is the voice of Joshua Mercurio, the man who I guess I can kind of credit for getting my commentary career off the ground a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm Josh. I've been racing on NR for a while, and I host a couple series myself every once in a while. And I remember Andrew offering me one time, "Hey, I'd like to go broadcast a couple of races. Let me know when you're free." And that little thought that was in his head turned into him broadcasting an entire series, full-length season of the Winter Series at NNSCRA. I'm sure if you're interested, you can go check out the whole backlog. I'm sure Andrew's view numbers would love that.
You'll binge
Um,
watch that.
but yeah, that was so fun, and I'm really excited to see that Andrew's still broadcasting every week. So yeah, let's have a good one today.
Now we're gonna have some fun. Of course, I sound a lot better than I did 2 weeks ago. I sounded great last week, but guess what? I'm sick again. But we're putting it on anyway, and I don't care. I feel up to it. We're gonna make it happen. And
Yeah, we're still social distancing in this booth. I'm still working from home, trying to keep myself safe from whatever bug Andrew's got tonight.
I don't know what this is. I don't know why it decided to rear its ugly head over these last 2 days. But lo and behold, I had a fever this afternoon, and now, more so, it has more. All it's really done is made me angry. So I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling fine enough. We're gonna call this thing. We're gonna have some fun with it. Aside from that little tickle in my throat, I feel just mostly okay. So we're gonna make it happen. We got a minute and a half left here in happy hour, so I will very quickly go over the starting lineup here. Caleb Lingle once again showing his qualifying speed is on pole in the 113. 23.292. Excellent lap there. That is going to improve his average starting position, which me and Josh were just looking at coming into this race. 2.6 average starting position for at 113, the winner at Las Vegas. Steve Grant to his outside, the Darlington winner. Jeff Sakanis and Herman Reese. Herman, of course, broke the new winner streak last week. Keith McLean, McDaddy, and Eddie Rayleigh there in sixth. A couple of winners there. Mark DeCenza looking to turn his luck around a little bit, and then Wiley King in eighth, another driver that usually shows pretty good speed. And Ron Simpson and Ken Hansen, who start ninth and 10th. Jason San Diego, Ryan Johnson, Fugate, and then Randy Smith and Steve Rubino round out the top 15. Ricky Bumbalo, Dan Rubino, Duke Sorensen, the Johnston Bros, Herb and DJ, and then Harry Kodian rounds out the drivers who took lap times. Also making starts tonight will be KJ Kilojoules or Julian Wilson, Rob Heath, and Greg Stenzo. Josh, it's like I was saying just coming into this thing, it is so freaking awesome to have you up here, but I guess I'll ask you because you probably have a little more experience at this track than I would. What do you got to do in order to maintain the long run speed? Because I know these Rockingham tracks are some of the worst on tires in pretty much the entire game.
Yeah, I think this track is definitely one of the worst on tires, even in real life. It's very much a game of racing the track, not really racing your opponents. And so I think you'll see people will get stuck behind each other because trying to make a pass here is going to wear out your tires, and you're much better off just saving your stuff, waiting for somebody to make a mistake, and then drive by them on one of the straightaways here. So yeah, I think it's going to be important to have some long run speed. Uh, Not because you need to be fast, but because you want to keep this thing out of the wall. It's gonna hurt quite a bit, and the car definitely wants to wreck. Really wants to wreck off of 2, and in the middle of 3 and 4. So just trying to keep the rear end of the car underneath you, and keep everybody behind you, I guess.
Yeah, that's it's going to be fun to see how these guys will manage that. I have to imagine that we're going to see some comers and goers here in the short run. Some guys that might push a little bit harder, work their way to the front. Other guys, if it seems like they're dropping like a stone, I feel like that'll probably be by design, if anything. I'll go ahead and do my on and off track little spiel here.
Oh, I should do that.
Whoops, that is not that was not the right button. And oh, cool, y'all got to see that on stream. Oops, but that's okay.
Got to see the inside of whatever you were driving today.
That wait, what car even was that? Was that the Loctite car? I think that was the Loctite car that I initially tried racing for Maverick.
Oh, there you go.
Which Maverick Cup Series, of course, being off this week, it's what's allowed Josh to be up here. And again, Josh, really appreciate you reaching out and making this happen. And seriously, I think we're going to be in for a fun time.
It's going to be a treat tonight. I think it's going to be interesting that 113, looking at what they've done so far on the fast lap on qualifying day. He's got 4 out of 10 poles this season, and you have to remember that he missed a race, so he's got 4 out of 9 poles. So he's pushing 50% here. That's pretty amazing, especially in this field. So he's got the pace. We'll see what happens in the long run, but I think that 113 is going to be one to look out for today.
Oh, agreed for sure. And green flag is in the air. He's going to get the jump, but we are underway for 99 laps here at The Rock in North Carolina.
Well, I think we saw it right away. A lot of the front pack got single file. It's just time to, save your stuff and keep it out of the walls because it's pretty dangerous here at The Rock.
As Caleb will lead the first lap there. 77 is already on the pit lane. We've just caught a glimpse of that. It has not been a great season for the 77 and already off to a rough start here tonight for the 10th race of the season. But yeah, I'm sure these lap times are going to be well off of that pole time. Just a matter of how slow you want to go and how much you think it'll benefit you. But I mean, just like that, Caleb Lingle almost a second off of his pole time. And I think we were talking about this. I mean, you could probably go about 35 or so laps on a tank of fuel, but do you really want to push the tires that far? I mean, if you're going to two-stop this thing, which you probably could, you're really going to have to save those right sides or else risk blowing the right front and realistic damage. That would be game over.
Yeah, I think the way that most of these guys might have even set up their cars is that right rear might be headed off first. And the longer you get in the run, the more of a handful the car gets. And so not only are you going to be pitting because your tires are wearing and the lap times are dropping off, but because you want to, keep your car in one piece. As I think it was the 116 there, hit the apron coming out of 4, 112.
Oh, Eddie Rayleigh, yeah, he so he's just kind of checking on through the field here. Yeah, everybody's still pretty close together, but yeah, that's just because everybody's probably running like 50%. As Tristan San Diego going to slide up the track there, running in the 9th position at the moment, instead of Wiley King, who's actually going to give the spot up to Ryan Johnson, so that will move that 78, the Homestead winner, up into a top 10 position. Zach in the chat just popped in and said, set the weight forward, or you will burn the right rear off and die.
Thanks, Zach.
I mean, I think I see what he's going from there. I ran a race in Texas recently, and I ran a tighter setup, and that did not end well. Or actually, it was one of those weird push tight or push loose setups. God, that was awful. That was a horrible decision, and I will forever regret that decision, especially because it was on Zach's channel. So, Zach, if you wondered why I retired early, that was why. I got tired of driving that thing.
Was that Caesars in Texas?
That was BSR, Texas.
Oh, it was BSR, Texas. All right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, what I have noticed is that in practice, people were kind of going up into that second lane in 1 and 2. But today it seems like they're holding that white line all the way around the track. So I think we might see that top lane start to come in as the tires wear off. But for now, it seems like we're all single file on the bottom.
Yep, he's kind of running. Yeah, I saw that. Precaution came out 4 laps after I parked it. Yeah, I was thinking, like, let me just get to like 20 laps to go, and if I don't get a caution, then I'm just going to assume it's not going to happen. And lo and behold, oh, what I missed out on. But honestly, I wouldn't have edited anything. I was a lap down. I mean, I probably would have been the free pass, but that race was just awful. I really should have never changed setups. I'm going to kick myself about that one for a long time because Texas is one of my favorite tracks. This track, I've even run an online race at this version. I know I've run plenty of the Rockingham 16 versions, which Josh, you and I are familiar with fairly well. But no, yeah, I don't know if I've ever run here just because of varying circumstances, but I know that well, while it looks like these guys are just kind of putzing around and doing their thing, 11 laps into this run, and I'm sure already they're going to start to feel those tires getting a little bit, little bit pushy.
It is very difficult to make a pass here. The guy you are pressuring for position has to mess up, get loose, or tank slap the wall, or something along those lines to really get around him. It's just the way Rockingham is. It's hard to pass here.
Let's see. So as it stands, Caleb Lingle continues to lead. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say the same thing. He's out there, out front, and it seems like he's got a pretty decent gap to the 11. So I wonder if the 11's just saving his stuff, or if the 113 really does have the pace here.
Yeah, I think we'll maybe see where it emerges in maybe like 10 laps or so from now, if he's pushing it too hard or if he's found that good middle ground that's keeping him there. There have been plenty of opportunities for Jeff Stakanis to try to pass Steve Grant, but he has not taken them. And I think, again, just showing the conservative pace is Eddie Rayleigh up the track there a little further back. That's for 6. Mark DeSenza's there. Mark DeSenza's another driver that is due for a good run. He's had great cars. Not quite race-winning cars, but definitely a car that can contend well into the top 10, maybe even top 5 if things go his way. So we'll see if maybe that'll come due for him. I think the same could go for Jason San Diego, who has had abysmal luck so far, but is always a pretty sporty driver in that 22. So we'll see if maybe tonight could be their night. But right now, lap 16 and Steve Grant and Jeff Stakanis starting to close in just a little bit here.
Wow. What I will say of our limited canvas of the field during practice is we're looking at 25 to 30 laps on a fuel on the tires. And what's interesting about that is if you do save your stuff a lot, maybe get 3 extra laps out, you're set here on a 2-stop. While the rest of the field is going to be stuck probably doing a 3-stop, maybe 25 laps a set, as opposed to 30, 33. So I think that window's open for there to be some strategy if we do go green to the end. So
Yeah.
I think what we did here is that some of the favorites, I think the 73, the 28, those guys that can really hold on to their tires are super smooth. Those are the guys who might make the gamble and try to go for a 2-stop tonight.
I would not be surprised in the slightest as Ryan Johnson is picking them off here slowly. Just got up to 6 past the 112. Another driver to watch out for there. But now for the race lead, Steve thought about it and opted better of it, and still just continuing to run his pace. But clean and green so far for these first 19 laps. Coming to 20. This will be, I think, 80 to go coming this time by.
Yep. Yeah, the 113's already 7/10 off their fastest lap of the night. And
I think yellow might be out here.
Oh, the yellow is out.
I had to say it, didn't I? Oh, turn 4. Oh, really? On the top 10. That's some serious side damage there. And a flat tire on the 112. Let's take a look. And that is a self-spin after trying to get that spot back on the 78, it looks like.
Oh.
Yeah, went a little harder into the corner, and the car was having none of that. And around the Army car goes. Winner at Martinsville. Now with some serious side damage. Again, realistic damage for these guys. So that may buff out, but that's still going to be enough that could be a bit of a hindrance.
Yeah, you can make that move when you're on fresh tires, but when you're 20 laps into a run, the car's going to say no.
And that car said, absolutely not, and I'm out of here. And there it goes, on board with Mark DeSenza there. First caution of the race as soon as I said that we were clean and green. That's usually the name of the game there. Got pit stops going on here. Let's see what we end up with. Mixed bag here, looking ooh, close there for third. Looks like Jeff will get that position. Pretty much unchanged up here in the top 5. Although, hello, KJ, where'd you come from there? At 029.
That caution really saved the 113. He was about to get gobbled up by the field, and caution came out at the perfect time for him.
Yeah, I wonder if he maybe took notes on that run there and was like, all right, I know where my limit is. I think KJ may have had the issue of they only gave him 2 tires, so that's what got him out so early. But
oh, he's back in.
Yeah, he's coming back in. Oh man, I'm glad this race is a little bit shorter, just because yeah, I can tell I'm still feeling the effects. A 101 fever before the race will do that to you. But I'm here for all of you, so
Dedicated to your craft.
Appreciate me. Or if I keep throwing in wrestling, because yes, I'm still a casual fan. Acknowledge me. The guys over in NSC would get that reference. Let's see. 113, 11, 73. I actually did get the spot after all. Okay. So 73 will now be up to third. That's pretty dangerous. 31 and 28 will be the top 5. Ryan Johnson, Mark DeSenza, Wiley King, Jason San Diego, and Hugh Gates, the Texas winner. We'll round out the top 10. Should be 1 to green here on this restart. Coming to lap 24 of 99, and definite 2-stopper from here, I got to imagine, because yeah, those tires ain't lasting that long, nonetheless, the fuel. So at least that probably brings the strategy stress off of these drivers. At least relatively speaking. Clickety-clackety.
So first and second in the championship lineup here, second and third.
Yeah, it's tight up there. It is really tight up there with Grant and Reese. Of course, these two, after that Darlington finish, I mean, I'm sure that they're all cool and were able to bury that hatchet, but pretty sure Herman was not too thrilled with how he was raced for the win that day. But oh man, what a show that those two put on. But here we go. Oof, a little squirrely there, but Caleb gets it back going. After the first caution of the day, we're back to green flag racing on lap 24. And we'll see how everyone's going to settle in this time. I like the unique angle here of TV2 going into turn 3 there, looking into the corner. That's a little something different. Thank goodness for cough buttons. Because y'all didn't hear that, but poor Josh sure did.
I think the 31 is really going to try and get around the 73 here and see him right up on the bumper, at least in the last corner.
And now 73 is going to go for second. Well, it's like he was backing off, and here he goes. The 11's going to have none of that, though. And we'll hold on to second for the time being.
Oh!
Ooh. And Herman's saying, no, 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 good sir. Not again. We are not playing this game again. Cadillac versus Pontiac, something you never thought you'd see, but here we are, and he's going to get the nose to the inside. And Steve's going to let him go that time around. So move that 73 up to second. He's already the first multi-time winner of the season. Can he become the first back-to-back? Again, the fact that we've got 8 winners in 9 races is stellar. Oh, Stakanis, I think, just hit the apron there and almost lost it, but held on to it. But at 73, he's got to be one of the favorites for this championship. But Steve Graham, well, he's a feisty one. He's not going to let that go easily. And one heck of a driver in his own right. And I fully expect this to be a great fight between those guys throughout the rest of the season. I mean, heck, we're not even a third of the way through this thing yet. And we got, of course, the chase at the end of the season, 10-race chase, classic style chase. So I think that'll really help tighten things up. And hey, only time will tell on who will emerge as the favorite.
Well, don't forget the 31 here, who's hounding the 11, is third in the championship.
That is very true.
So it's still pretty close up at the top.
King Consistency is that 31. We have interviewed him so many times, yet none of them for a win. He does have a win, but that was streamed by, I think that was the streamed race at Daytona that he won. But was that JTN or Tarnation? Oh my gosh, I can't remember. That's terrible, but it's just while I'm at it, y'all should go subscribe to both of them anyway. Blaine's awesome. Joe does a great job. Just saying.
Yep. There's lots of great broadcasters out there. I'm sure every day of the week there's some NR 2003 content for you to watch.
Or you can watch my backlog of the NSCRA Winter Series.
Actually, I would recommend that over everything else.
Well, of course you would. Although, man, you couldn't even get a win in your own series.
Oh, boy.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Nah, it was a good time, man. And I seriously appreciate you entrusting me with that. And, yeah, in many regards, I do have to hold you somewhat up just for helping get this going and helping me get off the ground. And, of course, also Seth and Blake and Zach, who helped along the way. But you're the one that reached out to try to actually have me do it. And, hey, it's turned into a neat little hobby here that is trying to make something good out of some iffy financial times. So
yeah,
it means a lot, dude. And thank you. Seriously. Thank you a million times over.
Yeah, well, you're the one that doing the broadcasting, and I appreciated the work that you did. So it was money well spent.
I appreciate it, man. And hey, you know who to reach out if you need it again.
Oh, yeah. I know.
I've got your back, man. I've got your back. Through thick and thin. At 35 here, these laps are clicking off in a hurry. I know these guys did go down to the 25% for tonight. As Keith maybe looking on Ryan Johnson there, opted out of that. But, yeah, lap 35. This is one of the shorter races of the season. As far as the mileage, usually these guys run about 30%. Tonight it's only 25. And relatively speaking, yeah, they're clicking them off in a good hurry here. I mean, on my end, we're only showing that the session has been just 19 minutes. As we got some action going on back here.
We're already more than a third of the way through this race. And we're already probably 15 laps into this run.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a speedy track. And you wouldn't think it, but I mean, heck, we're running lap times in the 24-second bracket. And you click them off in a hurry, so that means that yeah, you got to think fast. You got to come up with your strategies very quickly, and you got to commit to them. That's always the big thing. You can't be wishy-washy. You got to just be like, all right, this is what we're going for. and that's what you go into it with. And if you're wishy-washy about it, like, oh, maybe I'll try this, but I don't know if that's going to work, well, you're going to run out of time in a hurry in order to fully decide on what you're going to be doing. As Herman's starting to hound the 113 yet again.
Yeah, I think we're all well into the two-stop here. There's, with that interesting caution at lap 20, I think we're all going to be stuck doing a two-stop. And we might see some people do some short pitting as we get closer and closer to the pit window now. But, with it being a short track and all, we could see some people staying out till the very last threads of the tires are left.
Yeah. That caution comes out, traps you a lap, maybe 2 down, and you'll be in big trouble. But that undercut's going to be massive at a track like this.
Yep.
But the undercut can honestly be just as beneficial. I've seen it work both ways, so we'll see. We'll see how it plays out if we do get to that point. As we just had some interesting moment there for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Mark DeSenza got into the wall, and Wiley King actually able to power around the outside of the 78 to hold on to the 7th position. That was very impressive considering, Josh, what you had mentioned, that these game tracks do not favor that outside lane one bit.
No. It's going to be interesting. I think about 6th place here is like the hornet's nest. Everybody's mixed up. The short run cars and long run cars are finally starting to overlap, and it's getting racy back here.
Yeah, we'll take a little look at it here as Wiley King gets the spot on the 33. And yeah, they're all they're all in a line of their own right now. There's a gap up to Keith McLean, who's kind of running his own pace at the moment. Yeah, Wiley's looking a little more sporty than some of these guys here. Fugate looking to take the 8th position. And looks like he should be able to get that.
Oh.
Maybe.
A little bit loose. That inside wall is really close.
Oh, it'll bite you.
It over there.
It will bite you, but you will eventually get the position. And just took an extra corner to do it, but some good racing there for those guys. Yeah, you got the top 4, and then 6th on back. And then Keith McLean just on an island right now by himself, which, Josh, I'll ask you, but as a driver myself, that is honestly a position that I love being in. You don't have to worry much about anything that's around you. You just are able to focus on your own race. Is that something that seems to help you out, or do you prefer maybe having someone you can kind of vibe with and kind of see how they're driving it?
Yeah, I normally prefer having someone to follow, I think. Especially in this game, I think the draft is pretty important. So I like to just stick on the back of somebody and let them pull me around the track. So if I was in Keith's shoes, I'd probably be burning my stuff up trying to keep up with those top 4. But that's one of my weaknesses. So
I feel you. Yeah, everyone's got their different ways, and yeah, I'm with you. It is also nice to know. All right, where's the lift point? How should I go about this? Ooh, here we go. 2nd place, Steve Grant gunning for it there. Looked like a little tightness there for the 73. And that's going to be 2nd place once again there for the current championship leader and one of the head guys over at Team Speedland and Speedland.com. Big supporter of the league and a lot of the goings-on in a lot of NR2003 leagues. So always got to give those guys a bit of a shout-out and major appreciation for what they do. Caleb, though, has been looking pretty darn sporty here. He has led, I believe, every single lap, barring maybe 1 or 2 caution laps there.
Yeah, I was expecting him to be gobbled up by these other top 4 here at this point in the run, but he's still up there, making his car a little bit wider, but yeah, everyone's still behind him.
But now we are down to a 2.5 off the pace versus where they were, and Josh, this is getting close to that magic window that you had mentioned about that 25 lap window.
Yeah.
We're in it now.
Yep, we're in it. We're 27 laps into this run. So, some people, especially those guys that are looking to maybe go a lap down here pretty soon, You might see them start to make some strategy calls.
Ooh, yeah. I see Rob Heath struggling, and we'll probably end up losing a lap here. Steve Grant, though, looking hot on the heels of the 113. I'm actually surprised. Looks like Herman, maybe not struggling, but definitely not quite got the speed that he was initially showing there. May have burnt up his stuff just a little bit more. And Keith getting a little tight there. He's getting hounded by Wiley King. This is a fantastic run for that 95, as he's looking pretty sporty. KJ up to 7th. Fugate is 8th. Duke Sorensen up to 9th. Boy, Ryan Johnson has really slipped. He's back down in 12th place, and Mark Descend's at 10th. So that's that's certainly not what they were hoping for. Uh-oh.
Well, you can see it. The 11 is so much faster than the 113 through the center of the corner, and it's only a matter of time now.
Well, and all that, he just took the lead, and oh my goodness, Herman's having a problem. I just saw him like really slow on the apron on this front stretch, and now he's dancing off of turn 2. So that Cadillac is not happy about something, and I bet you now he's going, all right, pit.
Yeah. So I'll keep an eye on pit road here, but I think it's just about time for somebody to come on down.
Whoa, Keith. Oh, see him sliding there. He's going to lose a spot. He just lost a spot to Wiley King. Now he's going to drop back behind KJ from 5th to 7th in one lap. Boy, now you're seeing whose car is favored for that long run versus the short.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, boy.
I think at this point you should be pitting 25 laps on 2 sets. You're going to be super fast. Of course, if you're willing to take the risk of going a lap down here, because I don't think these guys can make it on one more stop.
Yeah, no, yeah. There's no way. Let's see if they came down around lap 23-ish. Let's put that kind of generously. 35. Yeah, no, I don't see it. I do not see that being very likely.
The first
but
taker
who knows?
Here is the 07.
44 is in as well. And so the Rubinos, the first one's in. I'm surprised the Rubino fan club's not in the chat. Where are you guys? Josh doesn't know, but a lot of the Rubino family tends to jump into the chat.
The 33's pitting from, I think it was 7th or 8th here. So they'll be the first of really the leaders to take a gamble on pit road.
Recent San Diego is in. He's got left side damage. Oh boy, we missed something with that 22. Ay. Ricky Bumbalo is in. Yeah, KJ's going to get the spot on Herman, who nearly got door slammed there by that Corvette.
The 25 is in. The 72 is really 73 is really falling off.
Yeah, he's looking very worse for wear here. He's actually going to let Wiley past.
112, 10.
73 coming in.
31 is in.
31, yeah, you're right.
Fugate, Keith. Okay, it's pit time, guys.
Oh, yeah, here we go. There's Cody and there's Johnson. Here we go.
Is busy.
That is a long run if you're going to make it on one stop here. I mean, I was just saying, yeah, there's no way you could do it. Well, I'm starting to think that maybe you could, at least from a fuel standpoint. But, could it actually end up being to your detriment that when you're 2 seconds off the pace, could someone then undercut you and still take the win even if they've stopped again?
I know. If you're taking, at this point, if you want to pit and make it to the end of the race, you have to go 40 laps on a set. And
as here comes Caleb.
These guys have made it 30 laps, so they're not going to make it.
Yeah, I'm with you. They've gone just, a lot of these guys looks like they've gone about 34. But yeah, I don't see it. I think that would honestly be detrimental, like you're saying. So, well, only time will tell now. I think those Rubinos are going to gain a lot of track position here. Steve Grant being aggressive on pit entry, gets down to pit speed. He's able to do so.
So that leaves those who have not pitted the 029 and the 95 and the 59.
Yeah, look at the speed difference. Now this almost gets dangerous, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, especially if they're going for a pass there. Ricky Bumbelow on Duke Sorensen. 3 wide for a brief moment. Ooh, man, that was sketchy as here comes Wiley. This is going to be a topsy-turvy running order now.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
They run
Caleb's ahead
here.
of the 73. Steve's coming out now, and yeah, those guys blew past him. I'm not really surprised because since he stayed out the longest. But now he'll be on the long run advantage.
So I think, is that going to be the 31 is our net leader now?
He did pit the earliest, so it wouldn't surprise me. I think you're right.
Yeah. Still a lap down, but at the moment, I think he will be your leader.
Showing
When everything plays
KJ
out.
is still the race leader. Yeah, the 029 is not pitted yet. I bet he's trying for the one stop here. Ooh, if he doesn't bin it. There goes Jeff to unlap
I
himself.
think he's got to make it 2 or 3 more laps if he wants to do that.
Agreed, yeah. 33 lap run to the finish. That's pushing the envelope, but might be doable. He's 3 seconds off of his fastest lap. But he's still going another lap, so he's going to... I think that's what he's going to try and do. Jeff Stakanis scored in second, so he is the net leader.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to go check where he was running before the pit cycle started. We get a good look at
I'm wanting
where
to say he
was.
was finding his way into the top 10, I believe.
Yeah, he was running about 12th when the cycle started, and so that's probably a good position to be making a judgment call like that. I like the play. I'd always do it. Probably get too aggressive on the strategy way too often.
Hey, if there's a man that I know is going to try to pull it off, it's going to be that 029. He's always going against the grain, trying something unorthodox. Now he's bringing it in.
Yep. All right, so we got to keep an eye on him. He's probably going to be a lap down.
Yeah, but
again,
now he's going to be screaming when he comes out here, relatively speaking.
Yeah. Have a stop in hand on everybody, but as he overshoots the pit stall a bit, that's going to cost him a little bit, but I think he'll still be in the running here. I think it's a good play. I'm excited to see how that one's going to turn out.
Yeah, this is going to be, if this stays green, it's going to be a great strategy race here. Jeff Stakanis, who short pitted the earliest, is going to be the race leader here, ahead of Caleb Lingle, who will be second, followed then by, I believe, Herman, who will be third, and yes, it is now officially third. And Keith McLean and Mark DeCenza are going to be your top 5 as it stands at the moment.
Yeah. So Kilojoules did fall a lap down there, but he's probably going to come blow by Jeff in 10 laps or so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll zoom right past him. No issue at all. As we are on lap number 69, I do have to call it. Very nice.
Very nice.
Can't find Jeff. Where is he? Here. Oh my gosh, there he is. But now across the line for officially 30 laps to go. One more pit stop for most guys, except for that 029. And maybe 1 or 2 others who might be feeling extra bold. Duke Sorensen makes the move there on Herb Johnston there. But, oh, man. Yeah. Even when they get spread out like this, it's going to keep things very interesting because everybody that's up front is going to only be able to hold on to that for so long just based on the different tire conditions of everyone else. Coming to, a lot of lap traffic here, and KJ's sorting his way through that.
Yeah.
Is it 3X tonight? Not that I know of.
Oh.
Whoa, that's going to be that. Well, Never mind about that.
Well, that sucks for the 029 BSR kilojoules. He was about to get his lap back, and now he's stuck. Oh, the 31's letting it by.
Oh, he's gonna get the okay. Yep, that's a that's a gentleman's play there. I was gonna say the free pass is a thing in this league. But I will say, very, very impressive. But once again, both cautions have come within 2 laps of me saying if it goes green or it's been clean and green or whatever have you. I just need to shut up.
So it's still not going to be easy. I think we're talking. Let's see if I can do this math in my head. 25 laps.
Yeah, that's a long enough run. You're going to want to keep them under you.
Yep.
As it looks like Herb Johnson just spun it out, being went a little hard into the corner there. Had to check up for KJ, and back end came around as a result. Everybody's on pit road, and no surprise there.
It was interesting. There were 3 or 4 cars there that were trying to get around the 31 because they were faster, trying to unlap themselves. And so that's where that traffic jam came from. All of that urgency to get back on the lead lap accompanied with other lap traffic.
Yeah, so bit of a hornet's nest there, and unfortunate there for the 49. And let's see the race off pit road here. Caleb's gonna get it. Now, number 1 pit stall serving him well. And that will,
I wonder if he knows how to get out of the second pit stall.
without he's qualified.
He doesn't get any practice.
I mean, heck, at this rate, I mean, that's going to bring his average qualifying position down to probably, what, 2.2 or something, 2.4?
Something crazy.
Something just absurd. And yet, the poor guy, his averaging finishing position is like 16th. But he could be en route here for win number 2 of the season. And, Zach, that's actually kind of interesting. That's an interesting question. That's like, you could go 45 laps typically on tanking tires on 2X, but wouldn't 3X only really put you? Wouldn't 3X only put you at like 20-something laps? I don't know. That's odd.
I don't know if. I think, well, kilojoules.
As he said, yep, there goes his strategy.
Kilojoules did do almost 45 laps. But the thing is, he was 2 seconds off the pace, or 3 seconds off the pace at the end of the run, so it just wasn't worth him trying to keep the tires.
Yeah, that's like the double-edged sword that you got to pick there. What is going to be faster? The multi-time stop, or the lesser stop? That was a sentence of all time right there. We're going to stick with that. But no, yeah, I think it is 2X. I think guys were just favoring tires there probably. As we got the 1 to green here. Oh boy, 23 laps is what we're going to have here to conclude. We're going to find out. How hard can you push? You still got to...
I just realized.
Still gotta save him that hard. We'll
I can check because I'm not broadcasting. I don't need to keep my screen on that. Let's use the good old export. We are on 2X pit stop frequency.
It is 2X. Okay. So yeah, it was just guys favoring tires. But no, Zach, that was a good point to bring up there. I'm glad you did. As Randy Smith, the beneficiary of the free pass, thanks to Jeff Stakanis's oh my gosh, generosity. Goodness gracious. I'm having a fever dream already. I'm not even asleep yet. The things that I do for you people.
All right.
We're having fun. Here we go. 23 laps. Caleb Lingo out in front of Jeff Stakanis, Herman Reese, Keith McLean, and Steve Grant, your top 5. How is this run going to play out? Let's find out.
You know what time it is, Andrew?
What time's that?
It's time to put the commentator's curse on somebody.
The commentator's curse onto someone.
So we both need to pick our favorites to win this race. It's, about 22 laps out from the finish.
Oh boy. Who's the favorite, and who do we know is going to crash as a result? So far, we're 2 for 2 on calling the cautions. So you know what? Oh goodness, yeah, he's looking a little sideways there, but you know what? I do like what I'm seeing out of Mac Daddy. I think that he's got the pace for a run of this length that I think it should favor him pretty well. I'm genuinely saying that. I'm not trying to jinx him. Okay, maybe I would feel less bad if I do jinx him, just because he's the one that kind of put this deal together. But now, yeah, I saw the speed that he had in a run of this length. I think that it was going to suit him for this 23 lap run. We'll see what that 28 can do. Josh, what you got?
Oh man, that was probably who I was going to choose as well. Other than that, I think I have to go with the 113. He did not lose the lead in the last, the first 20 lap run that we had, and the 30 lap run that we had. He held on to the lead all the way through those runs. So I'm going to stick with our leader, 113.
He's got a great car for it. We'll see if that can convert to win number 2 on the season, which, man, does he need that if he wants to move up in the points. I mean, it is winning, you're in pretty much. All you have to do is make at least half the starts of the regular season. And I think Caleb's well on his way to do that. He's only missed 1 race so far. So I think he's in good shape there. But yeah, you know that he looks at that, whatever it was, 20 some odd in points, and it goes, man, that could be so much better. And there's that psychological factor of you got to move up, you got to move up. Oh, not that kind of move up. That was a little high there. His caution is out, and I don't know why.
Oh,
49 again, perhaps. That would be my only guess.
Oh.
See some skid marks there. Oh, yep, it was the 49. 1 and 2, and that crumpled up back end appears to have struck, and a little loosey-goosey on the corner entry here for the 49. That's 2 now for Herb Johnstone, unfortunately.
Roughly the same spot, too, on the track. So,
yeah.
Difficult. You got a damaged car like that. Likes to go around on you, especially when it's that rear end damage.
On board,
but it looks like everybody's going down pit road here.
Get quick on board, and then we'll see who all emerges where. That's Josh.
Oh. Yep. Gotta click through the standings, Zach. Give me a second. Oh, the 22 and the 94 are backwards on pit road.
Oh, goodness. Yep, I see what you mean.
And he's going to block Fugate
getting
boy. Off.
The rear end damage now on Ken Hansen. But Fugate is still going to win the race off. There's Ron Simpson up to third. He got some 2 tire stops in there for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, mama.
That's interesting. Let me go check and see.
Harry Codian looks like got an EOL and is going to serve it by driving down the backstretch pit lane.
Yep, Ron Simpson takes right sides. Got the leaders. Leaders taking 4.
Zach's yelling at you to mute when you're clicking that. To which I say, it's all good. As long as I don't hear anything like shouting in the background or something, then we're fine.
Yeah. Nobody's mother is cussing me out.
Or we tonight. Get to... Or, okay, there would be one exception to that, and that would be Anthony McCurry's wife. My God, she... To make a long story short, it was a different NSCRA series, and you just heard her in the background just having a whale of a time with whatever she was doing, and then she got into the race, and was laughing it up, was getting into it. Just, I think at one point even said, "Yeah, go the Deep Rock Galactic car," which was me. So that was that was Icebreakers at Las Vegas. That's what it was.
Oh, yes, yes. I
Oh, that
think
was a fun time.
all of the NN guys get together in uh, whatever channel that we're racing in and whisper each other up, so you can always hear whatever's going on in the background of whatever each other's houses are. And
Yeah,
Anthony McCreary, uh, his wife is also a really, really enjoys video games, and so she's always screaming about something. But it is entertainment for the
it was
rest of
very
us
entertaining.
uh,
Not the most
sim
PG
racers.
thing ever. There's some F bombs in there, but oh my gosh, I swear, like whenever you would hear her in the background of a race, it just instantly added to like the excitement factor. I felt
Yeah.
like it was a whale of a time. It was good.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, Zach, yeah, you got a point there, but hey, I mean, who knows?
Uh,
Maybe one of these days, maybe
I,
you two, maybe you and Josh will take over the channel. I don't know.
I'm sorry, Zach. I can't hear the haters.
Oh, Zach, you just got served. Yeah,
All right, we're going green.
here we go. Oh man, what are two tires gonna do here? Fugate and Ron Simpson. Then you got Caleb Engel on 4. How's it gonna play out here for 13 laps? Can Fugate try to get his second win of the season? Someone that we haven't really seen make much noise. Ron Simpson, he tends to get some good consistent runs. See if he can try to use this track position to his advantage. Looks like Stakanus is going to get to him there. Some skid marks on the front stretch there. No caution. It looks like that may have been the 51 of Stenzo. But we remain green. And yep, they're starting to pass the 25. But
Fugate's
was
holding on to first, and it
gonna
looks
say
like the
he's looking good.
113 can't get to him.
No, not yet. We'll see. We got 11 to go. Caleb maybe just conserving his stuff a little bit. Fugate there with a power corner. There was no conserving in that one. I think we're back under the yellow flag, and yeah, some more trouble on the front stretch. This time the 85, Ricky Bumbalo. Ricky Bobby.
You know what they say? Cautions breed cautions. And it's the
Especially at
end
the
of
end
a
of these
race.
things. Yeah. Oh, dear. That looks like a wiggle, wiggle, poof.
Explosion.
Poof, explosion, catastrophe,
Ricky
wiggle,
Bumbalo.
wiggle, and around she goes. Another wiggle, and then finished off there with contact from the 10 of Randy Smith.
Yeah, he was wrecking for a long time.
I can't believe he held on to it as long as he did, but yeah, it looked like he was probably headed to that outside wall, regardless of if he got hit or not. Just that slide and that trajectory kind of had all the telltale signs. But boy, he was fighting it, and I got to give him some credit there. That was something. You know what? Let's go on board with that. We keep getting on boards of guys that see the wreck. Let's actually get the onboard itself. Oh, I never went to my placeholder screen. Whoopsie, but that's okay. Yeah, there it starts to slide again, and pow onto the outside, and running 13th at the time of that crash.
If he's a desk racer like me, all of my stuff on my desk would have been flying around, counter steering right, left, right, left, right, left. Yeah. So I hope none of his water fell over.
Well, this just favors Fugate more and more. He's got less laps to worry about on the clutch, which let me ask you this, and from driver to driver, I tend to notice that when you put more fuel in the car, it will make it less tight, and I'm guessing that has to do with like the physics of putting weight in the rear of the car. Could that be maybe why we're seeing Fugate clutching here a little bit to try to keep that back end just enough that he can turn it a little more?
You know, I can't. I've heard that theory, and it makes sense with the game logic that if you have more weight in the back of the car, it should be a little bit tighter. But clutching on under caution isn't going to get you that much more weight in the back of the car. But maybe he's been maxing this thing and he's got everybody beat, and we're just nitpicking.
I'm just paying attention to him
Yeah,
and
but
Caleb
I think
clutching. I'm just like, well, does that mean they're not good on fuel, or is there more of a drivability standpoint to this? Because surely they've all got to be good.
yeah.
I should have said I should have said looser, but less tight made more sense in my brain because that's usually what I experience. And it is a fact, says Zach, that more fuel does make it looser. So, hey, every bit helps, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right, Zach, but maybe my Logitech G920 is not conveying that to me, but I haven't experienced that in this game.
I will have to test it out in the next race that I'm in, and I will get
Yep,
back to everybody on if that
me
is
too.
true or not.
Me
It's,
too.
I'm sure it's one of those things of like, it's what's a good comparison that I could use? If anybody out there watches bowling, sometimes the guys will like kind of blow on their hand,
Oh,
and I don't think that actually does anything really.
mm-hmm.
But to them it feels like they're able to grip the ball better, and they're able
When
to
it's colder.
get more hook onto it.
I'm
So I'm
actually.
sure that there's probably something like, it sounds like a skill issue.
Wow.
Oh,
Good thing I can't hear the haters. We're
I was
going
gonna say
green.
it's a good thing I didn't get you both up here tonight. We would not be. I would be needing to separate you both. I would need to. Social distancing be darned. I would be. I would need to get out the riot gear and be like, all right, you two, let's. Oh, here we go. Oh boy,
Blocking on the
lock-in's going on
backstretch.
now. Well, ain't no saving now. This is just bring what you brought. 5 to go. Caleb trying to hold on the outside to stay ahead of the
Yeah.
31.
Looks
Will
like
successfully do so.
he's still got the spot.
Heath McLean gets past Ron Simpson there. That appears to be for 6th.
No,
Oh,
try to.
here we go. Here we
Oh!
go. Oh, that's
Oh,
going to be.
slams the door.
Wow. And slamming the door is Lingle on the 31. Here we go. 4 to go.
I was going to say, trying to make a move on Fugate here is going to open up the door for the 31. He's got to
Oh,
be
man.
patient.
Yeah, you can't wreck anybody. We don't want this ending that way. Hey, we're all having fun here, Zach. Oh goodness, but yeah, they're definitely faster. They are definitely faster on those 4 tires. Kind of spin there in the front stretch.
Oh, on the apron. Up
Still
high.
green, up high. Oh, that's loose into
Oh!
the 31 and into the wall, and the bad luck continues.
That's going to be it, too.
That is it.
Oh, man. Well, Fugate.
Fugate's gonna get it.
2-tire gamble.
Pays off. How about that
Wow.
for the 9?
In the 113, after leading probably 60% of the laps. I'll go get the export.
Ugh. Crosses line 16th.
That's his average finish, so.
I guess at least that. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, was the yellow already out? Ooh, we may have some interesting, an interesting conundrum here. And some guys are still kind of sorting themselves out. I did see the skid marks on the front stretch. It looked like we were still green. Yeah, Caleb just came back up to 2nd. I think well, now he's dropping again. I don't know. We're going to take a look at that.
Yeah.
Once we get the checkered here, I mean, Fugate's going to win regardless. He was ahead of everybody at any point during that run, which, holy schmoly, what a job that he did.
Well, Zach, he wasn't under power, or he was backwards when the caution came out.
He was backwards, so I guess the rule there is going to be, how are they going to do you score that? I think they race back with 10 to go. I can't confirm that. I'm pretty sure that has been the case in past races.
It looked like they let off after the caution came out.
Yeah, that's what I was noticing too. Something is definitely goofy here. We're gonna take the checkered flag here, and then we're gonna do a little investigation here to see how this is gonna end up shaking out. But one thing is for certain, and nothing's gonna change that, and that is Fugate, with the tire call of the century, he's going to win it in a driving job for the ages to hold off everybody behind him. And that will be win number 2 for car number 9. Won it at Texas, a race that we did not broadcast. Cool to see Fugate get the win here on stream. And always a very fast and consistent driver, so that is great to see for one of the 4 horsemen. But now, let's do a little digging here. Let's see what happens. So they're racing hard there. Let me see. Where's the pace car? All right, here we go. Caution is already out. Zach was right.
Oh, it was already out before
it
the
was out.
Happened.
So they were past the line. So that's why they were racing. Looks like it may have been for Keith McLean. Boy, that's a bummer. Okay. Hey, Josh, guess what?
Oh, did he really? Oh, wait, both of them. Oh, my gosh.
Both of them. I cannot believe that. So this is what actually caused the yellow flag. Was Keith off of turn 4. Wow. So that's what actually brought out the yellow.
Oh, I'm surprised it did. He was in the grass.
Yeah, I guess he was enough sideways in front of everybody that that was enough to do it. And yeah, now I'll go ahead and show everybody the exact moment of caution. Let's see, it's got to be probably about here, I think. Let me get back to the pace car here. All right.
Oh, so some people didn't even pass the line yet.
Waiting for it. Man, this is odd. Oh, wait, did I go back too far? I may have gone back too far. No, that wasn't the yellow. What? Okay, I just messed something up on my end. All right, here, I'm going to play this out for everybody on the stream here, and once the little dude shows up here at the end of pit road, then we'll see when the actual caution is out here. I thought it was for Keith there, which I'm with you. Yeah, I would have been surprised too. Yep, there goes Keith getting back going. There it is. And yep, they're still racing. Oh, Eddie Rayleigh. That's what it was. Okay.
Oh, it was the lap after.
Yeah, my bad, everybody. My bad. You know what? I'm just going to keep it the live shots. Okay. Yep, it looks like he just got loose on the outside racing. Jason San Diego, Harry Kodian is there. This is what actually caused the yellow flag. And, oh, same thing as Bumbalo, just started to go out and then he caught and just into the wall. And yeah, caution was out. And at that point. And yeah, Caleb was ahead of the line along with the 9. Where the confusion, I think, is the fact that everybody instantly then let off. That's what I'm wondering is why did they let off if they were racing back?
Oh, they were racing back to the line.
So I guess the caution came out at a weird point that some of the field had taken it and some didn't, and that might be why.
Like the
But yeah,
people outside the
he's
top 5 were actually under yellow.
yeah. So so yeah, he was still racing. Was the 13 or 113, and that's why he couldn't keep his spot. Yeah, I'm gonna confirm that. But yeah, with our top three is showing as Jeff Fugate. Let's see, Jeff Stacanis, I believe. Yep, Jeff Stacanis in second, and then Herman Reese third. Steve Grant. Ron Simpson is going to emerge with the top five thanks to being on the same strategy as the nine. Mark
Yeah, I guess.
Cosenza, Wiley King, Ryan Johnson, Kilojoules, and Duke Sorensen the top 10. Sorry, go ahead.
Zach is right. We could ask or in our interviews what happened.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to do that. We'll go down the order as usual. We will start with Herman Reese, as my voice is just now starting to go, but that's perfect timing.
User was moved to your channel.
And there is third place finisher Herman Reese, and quite the dramatic ending there. But Herman, do you copy?
Yeah, 10-4, I got you. Go ahead.
Right on. Yeah, aside from that really long run when it looked like the car was starting to get away from you, you were up there with those guys most of the night. But on that final run there, obviously every man for himself going for the win. I think there was a little bit of confusion there as far as were we racing back to the line, were we not racing back to the line. I guess we were, but I was still seeing everybody check up. So I guess I'll just confirm. Where was everybody kind of standing there
Well,
with that 3 to go?
the only two that were racing back were the 113 and the 9, but we didn't get the call until we were in the turn 1. We didn't hear the flagman say, you've taken the caution until we were in turn 1. So, and
Gotcha.
we're so close there at that moment. About the time that Jeff clipped him is right when the guy said that we weren't, and Jeff had taken, Steak and Eggs had taken it right there, but Fugate and Caleb had not. Feel bad for Caleb. I mean, it is one of the best cars he ever had here in long run, and it really showed. It was kind of odd. We practiced a lot this week and a lot of discussion, and the guy picked to win the race decided to give his setup to the other two Jeffs and and run something different, and they won. See, I think that's why he left.
I gotcha. But okay, yep. Just looking back at it here. Yeah. At best, everybody in the top 5 was across the line. 6 on back was not. So, but yeah, it's a bummer there for
Well,
Caleb. But
it's tough. It saved me a little bit because I had to decide to go top. I really felt like I had the fastest car at the end there, and hard to compare to Jeff Fugate because he took 2 tires. He did a great job. We talked about it on that pit, but I just didn't see it. Just knowing how typical Rockingham is, and everybody seemed like we haven't raced here in Hobo since 2021, and it was the Keith McLean show, and I think I finished second there, and but it wasn't even that close. But everybody did a great job. Steve Grant, I had to burn up some tire. I could not follow him at the speed he was going. I was literally wrecking, and I'm lifting. I don't know what he was doing. I'm lifting 15 car lengths before him, and then I get in the middle of the corner. I'm almost wrecking trying to avoid him. So I had to make an aggressive pass, and it burned up the tires. And I was making my pit stop adjustments when I slid the tires there, and that really cost me. And I was almost up on my pit stop anyway. It just cost me 3 or 4 seconds by the time I got to pit road. KJ had a super fast car tonight come from the back. Unfortunately, didn't get in time to make a good qualifying lap. And I was upset about qualifying. I've been in the low 20s all week, and then I botched it.
well, hey, it's still all in all, that's going to be a third place finish. You chip just a little bit into that point lead once again. But on that, I'll turn it over to Josh. If you got anything, any comments, question, anything for Herman?
Yeah, obviously, love that you brought up the Cadillac. That's a great manufacturer. Um, but yeah, at the end of the race, with 3 to go or 4 to go, did you think you had a shot there, even from 4th place, to win the race?
Absolutely. There was actually maybe a lap or two before the caution, I saw it looked like they all started clustering up on the bottom, and I thought they were going to wreck. So I dropped, get a run off the corner. But yeah, my car was pretty good. Once I got up on the top there, if I could have got into turn one alongside of Stacanus and pinned his right front, I think, because Fugate was doing a great job of running the line, and slowed him up. And unfortunately, Caleb's car wasn't a short run car. It was, it was a long run car, and that's the decision we make. I went with a medium run car. We worked on 3 different setups because last time we had 9 cautions. This time we have 3. Didn't see those long runs last time, and the other guy, all 3, the 2 Jeffs went with a great long run 40 lap. I mean, their tires, they're still running into 25s, 30 some 35 laps into a run. It was all that long run car we have is great.
Yeah, it showed its strength.
Yeah. I thought the Badillac I still had a shot to pull it off there, and I knew I usually stand out at the end with adjustments, and I had worked all week on it. But all in all, it was a good race. It kind of saved me, I think, because I think the 11 had some position on me when the caution flew, and I was giving the other guys crap. I said, well, the 3 horsemen did great tonight, and poor Keith, he worked his can off this week and made us change at the end of the race and just wasn't as good of a car.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's still, you showed a lot of great speed as you always do. I was looking at you being one of the favorites, and hey, you were up there at the end as always, and we're getting to interview you once again. I'm sure we'll get plenty more of these going forward.
Yeah, but, Tim, if I keep doing this, top 3s, the points will sort themselves out. But that 11 car and that 31, they're still doing it too. And now with Jeff Fugate's win, he's going to move up some. So I fight my teammates that's the best way to do it. But thanks for you guys, putting the show on, and the Rubino brothers. Hopefully Steve's safe. They got a big fire in New Jersey right now and getting out the hot dogs. And I don't know who sponsored this race tonight. Who sponsored this one?
I just know that Keith funnels it all to me. So
all right, Keith, maybe the horseman, maybe that's a good way to take it 2 in a row for us. So, but thanks you guys for coming out. I actually thought it was a really interesting green flag stops, a great Rockingham race.
Yeah,
that was awesome. Go ahead, Josh.
Oh, I was going to say the same thing. Love those green flag stops, and it was looking to be a really interesting finale there after the first round of pit stops and that green flag run.
I thought it was. So
great race, guys. Yeah, it was only 4 cautions really, so awesome stuff. And you guys put on a great show, and hey, that leads on to Talladega. So best of luck then, my friend.
Yes, thank you very much. I hope to see you there next week. Hopefully we survive the big one. We'll be having another chat.
Hopefully so. Best of luck.
Thanks. Thank you guys.
Right on, man.
Have a good night.
You too.
User was moved out of your channel.
The Badillac. That's the first I've heard that. I love that.
That's awesome. I'm going to have to name mine that.
Oh, yeah, you do drive a caddy, don't you?
Yeah.
Totally forgot about that. Oh, man, yeah. Well, now you got to name it like Battle Axe or something. I don't know. No, that'd be if you two teamed up. Then there you go. That would be your team name.
There we go. Battle Axe for the team name.
Battle Axe. I love it.
All right, get Jeff in here.
Let's get Jeff number 1. We got 2 Jeffs to talk to here. We're going to talk to Jeff Stacanus first. I'm assuming I have the correct Jeff. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I thought I had it. Man, another interview, and second place. Of course, the burning question is going to be kind of coming down to the end there. You're trying to be aggressive on the 113. He's trying to be aggressive on the 9. The 9-on-2 tires. Just kind of talk me through that final stint there, and obviously everything getting really close together there, but some hard racing.
Yeah, hard racing at the end. When I was looking back at it, it's, the 113 is closing on a 9, and there is some confusion about when the caution actually comes out and who took it, and where I took it, but the 113 and the 9 didn't, which was confusing. So I'm halfway racing back into that corner, and then it's telling me that I've taken it. So, I've got the 73 hot on my heels in the 11, and I just couldn't hold it down, and I was really, really close to 113. Just unfortunate.
Yeah, it's a hard racing deal there. I will say it's weird because when the caution lights came on, at least on my screen, everybody in the top 5 was past the start finish line. But I'm
That's
sure,
what I thought. Yeah. It
the
was
game
really weird.
obviously knows better of when it calls it. It's just a matter of I guess when the moment that the lights came on, just delayed for a moment. Yeah, that was just a weird moment there. But hey, all in all, though, still you're king consistency this season. You've got another top 3 finish here. You've chipped just a little bit into Steve Grant's point lead there. Obviously, I know with the chase reset, that's not going to be super critical at this time, but I mean these consistent runs. That's what we're seeing a lot out of you, and is that kind of the plan? Just try to keep it solid. Anything that we're missing out on, or
stay consistent, hit my marks.
I like it.
As a matter of fact, in the middle of that run, I had a 3.3 second lead on him.
Yeah,
I mean,
you did.
I was. If that would have stayed like that, I'd been gone.
Yeah. Hey, a tire strategy could have been all over the place. That would have been interesting if it had gone green, but still a great run, though. Josh, what you got?
Yeah, I was just going to make the comment. It seemed like you were one of the first leaders to pit in that green flag cycle. I was just wondering what the thought process was behind that.
Just, watching where my fuel mileage was and thought, I can make it from here. And just to pace myself. As a matter of fact, my teammate, Herman, he, reminded me just as soon as I'm pulling out, he's like, yeah, you've got it. So just pace yourself. Don't overdo it. Let them come to you. And words of wisdom right there.
So were you going to make it to the end of the race?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that kind of answers that question. We were thinking that just kind of based on the runs that everyone was running there with the tire wear, we were thinking that everyone was going to opt for the 2-stopper there and just catch everybody back up on faster tires. So that's interesting, and that's kind of good to know going forward.
Well, I ran 40 laps the other night, so I could do it.
I'll certainly do it. But hey, all in all, though, keep your head held high. That was a great run for you. Like you said, probably second most laps led on the night, and another podium finish, another time being up here in the booth, which is always cool, and just still keeping it king consistent. And hey, we'll see how that will translate. Obviously, next week's going to be a wild card, but going forward, keep an eye on this 31 throughout the season. He's going to be bad fast. Jeff, before I let you go, though, you know what to do.
Yeah, appreciate you guys doing this. All my teammates and helping with our setups and everything. I got Keith and Herman. They just pour everything into you. But all the guys at HOBO are pretty good guys to race with. And unfortunate about Caleb tonight. I'm really sorry for taking him out. I think he come in 16th, but thanks to all my sponsors and all that. It's good running.
Great run indeed, man. Nice done. Good luck at Talladega.
Thanks, sir.
Right on.
User was moved out of your channel.
It was just steak and eggs, as he is also known. Well, that just leaves one more, and that is a guy who we actually have not interviewed too much.
User was moved to your channel.
But now a winner on the channel. Mr. Jeff Fugate, do you copy?
Yeah, you got you.
Well, 2 tires got you that win, man. I got you up with the track position that you needed, and a great defensive job there at the end. Even if it got a little bit crazy there behind you, all in all, that is still going to be win number 2 for the number 9. You are now only one of 2 multi-time winners after 10 races. That's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, that was we needed that. I did the ultimate bad decision just before going to queue to switch some things on the queue setup and had a bad queue. I think I started in 13th or something like that. I had a faster run before, and I just kind of one of those bad decisions. And so tonight was a work your way back to the front type deal.
Yep, you managed to pull it off, and even prior to that, I mean, it looked like you had a decent car at least. was flirting with the top 10, getting up into the top 10 at points. So it looked like that 9 did have some pretty good speed, and that was enough to give you the confidence to take the 2 tires, or is that just like balls to the wall strategy kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I had a really good long run setup, and there when we had the first long run with the green flag, I was cutting into the top 10 there. I was starting to pass cars that was falling off, and I was kind of hoping they didn't pit as quick as they did because I was starting to run some more down, and then they decided to pit, and like, okay, we're in the window, so we can make it the rest of the way, so that's cool. We'll go ahead and pit with everybody, and I would have been good to the end after that, but kind of hoping that the caution didn't come out after, so that we would take advantage of some more people. But since the car was running so good and it wasn't eating the tires up on the left side, that's why we went with the 2 tire. Like when we got down there at the end, like this thing, there'd be no problem. The fall off wasn't that bad on the left, so took some tires, a little tape, a little fuel to get a little balance and go for it.
Hey, that worked out in the end. Josh, you got any questions for Mr. Fugate?
Yeah, so I mean, it was quite obvious at the end of the race you had a lot of pace, but with bad qualifying, you were mired back in traffic at the start. So how tough was it to pass today, and how'd you deal with that?
It was tough, but I mean, if you pushed it, you could have ran up there and start passing people. But in doing that, you got to trade off your tire wear. So it's just you just pace yourself and let the cars fall off in front of you, and then just pass them, and just keep. You just have to remind yourself you can't run to the front right now. You just got to take your time, or you'll run out of tire before you get there.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was basically what it was. Just pace yourself and let the cars come back to you.
Yeah, yeah. And at the end of the race, with 4 guys on 4 fresh tires, how are you going to keep them all behind you?
Well, I knew taking off. Once we got going, I the car was fine with the tires. It had really good speed, and so I knew I'm gonna protect the bottom, and if they got the thing was, if I got past, okay, I mean, if it happens, it happens. I was gonna still finish better than if I hadn't have took the 2 tires. So
Yeah.
it was like it was a gamble, but it wasn't a for sure thing. But I figured it would probably work out a lot better than just taking 4 when everybody else took 4 and come back out and have to try to. Because everybody's going to race hard at the end with 14 laps to go or whatever, and so you got to do what everybody else don't do, and go for it.
Hey, I'll pay you down in the end. Just one final question, then I'll let you have the floor because it's a little something that popped into my head earlier. I saw you and Caleb and a few others clutching there. I doubt that was because you were iffy on fuel. So was that just keeping more fuel in the car to keep the back end heavier, or am I just being paranoid?
No, yes. I mean, it's to keep the fuel in. The more fuel's in the car when you go to stop, the less time if you have to take fuel that you're going to be in the pits. As far as the pit, that you're going to need. But it's just a habit. I have always done it. You just coast, clutch, let the engine cool, save fuel, less time in the pits if that is a situation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a thing that I do.
Okay, so it was just out of habit then. Okay.
Yeah,
I was
wasn't
curious
short
if
on
there
fuel.
was I was curious if there was some strategy there of like, ooh, I'll have more fuel in the car and it'll drive better, kind of thing there with a handful of laps to go. So, all right, good to know. I was just kind of overthinking it.
Yeah, no, because when I took the 2 tires, I took fuel then too. It didn't need any, but I went ahead and added some for the weight and just to give it a little better drive.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. But hey, a great win number 2 on the season. Glad that we could capture a win for you on the channel. Obviously, we missed Texas, so glad that we could get that for you. And of course, Talladega is going to be a wild card, so anybody's race there. Best of luck in that one, though. And of course, anytime that we get you up here, closing thoughts, shout outs, whatever you want, man, go for it.
Yeah, it's I just want to thank Stephen and Dan, all the work they do on keeping this league going, and you guys doing a good job on these coverages, broadcasts, and hope we put a good show on for anybody that was watching. and my teammates, Four Horsemen, putting some good runs together this year, and see what happens.
Hey, tonight was a great race. Yeah, only 4 cautions there, and yeah, so some awesome racing there. A mix of strategy and hard racing, and a little bit of everything there. So, but in the end, you came out on top. The right call, the right driving ability, and hey, it all panned out in the end. So a great win. Now 2 multi-time winners on the season, and Mr. Fugate here able to add his name to that list. So big congratulations, and we look forward to seeing what happens at Talladega for you.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
Right on.
Bye.
Insufficient permissions.
Oop, yep, I can't move them up there.
User was moved out of
You
your
have to move them
channel.
down there. All right. Well, that was that was an awesome race, and again, thank you, Josh, for being a part of this thing. I'll get your closing thoughts here on the night, and again, yeah, just a many thank yous. That was it's always cool having some different voices in here, and yours was definitely very welcomed here.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Andrew. I think we had a great race today. We got to see a little bit of everything, some short run stuff at the end, some tire strategy, and I love those long green flag runs, especially at places like this at Rockingham. So, yeah, some great racing today, and I guess you get to enjoy the rest of the HOBO season here. So, a little bit jealous. I hope all your viewers enjoy that. What do you got?
Hey, all I got really to say is, of course, Talladega next week. Pretty sure that will be live here. If it's not, then I'll maybe try posting a link on Facebook to wherever it is. But oh yeah, that was a lot of fun, and glad to have been able to cover that one. Despite feeling under the weather, which I think now that ibuprofen has kicked in, I think I feel a little bit better now.
Yeah,
So
this just in, Andrew broadcasts medicated.
I had to tonight. Oh man, that was bad. But, hey, I would say that tonight was way more of a success than Darlington was. That's for sure. But hey, Josh, I mean, if any other weeks open up for you, or you need to step out of the race seat at any point, I mean, hey, the door is always open, my man.
Yep, I appreciate the invite.
And thank you again, and thank you to those who tuned in. Thank you again to Zach for all of his help in all of this, and congrats once again to Fugate, and thank you to Keith McLean and for putting this together. Of course, Team Speedland. And the Rubinos, the head admins of this league here. So, big shout out to them as always. We'll see y'all in a week. Hopefully, my reign of sickness will come to an end. We can only hope. Until then, though, everybody have a good night. Take care. And bye for now.
Bye.